Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad, Coffee, and Kids podcast where caffeine-powered dads look to level up as fathers. We talk about life as a dad with young kids while managing work, family, and finances. That said, grab another cup and I'll see you on the other side. Alright everybody, welcome back to another episode. So today we are going to talk about roughhousing with your kids and rough play. So I recently read a few articles about whether or not this is beneficial for your kids and for you, and kind of how roughhousing plays into the growth and emotional and social advances of your children. So to lead us off here, I'm actually going to read a quick snip from the parents.com article that I read from 2024. And it's going to kind of set the groundwork for what I'm going to cover here. So the article, there's two paragraphs within here, and it says, rough play is good for kids physically and allows them to gain confidence and body awareness while they manage their strength and hone their coordination skills. It's also a great way to relieve stress and pent-up energy, and it's fun. Physical activity boosts our endorphins and mood, and is there anything better than happy and chill kids? Rough play also has emotional and social benefits as well. In addition to learning consent, kids can also learn lessons on how to understand the body language of others and how to manage their emotions in the thick of intense activity. Rough play allows kids to develop self-control and confidence too. So that right there was an article from parents.com. I'll link that in the notes as well. But so in my house, I'll explain kind of what we do. So we have a thing called the turtle. And what happens is, let's say it's after dinner, we're all hanging out in our living room, which is typically about an hour of playtime before we get ready for baths. What will happen is I will get on all fours, my hands and knees, and I'll start walking around the room. And that right there is the open invitation for, all right, boys, let's go. Here we go. So right when they see that, my oldest yells, turtle! And then they all just come over, the both of them come over, and we start roughhousing. And it's just your typical. We're wrestling. It's fun. It's safe. Tossing them in the air. We're rolling over. They're jumping on me, jumping over me, and we're creating and understanding each other's boundaries. And in addition to what that article said about social and emotional and understanding the cues of others, I believe it's also creating this trust and this bond that they are creating with me. And it's unmatched. It's great. They trust me as their dad to be able to partake in rough play like this, but they know they're not going to get hurt. Okay? Obviously it's a safe environment. There's nothing around when we're doing this that they can get hurt. If your house isn't, or your area isn't like that, well, set it up like that. Lay pillows down, put some roll towels up and put them so they can't roll off the rug onto hardwood or tile or back up into the fireplace, whatever it is. Make it a safe space. But definitely do this with your kids, okay? Boys and girls. I think as dads, this is one of our main responsibilities, is to engage and play with our kids as much as possible, and rough play, if not every day, multiple times a week. Okay? I just see the looks on both of my kids' faces when they could be having a really bad evening, right? Get home from daycare, or even if it was a day where they don't have daycare, emotions are high, they're whining, they're crying, nothing seems to be going right. Daddy says the wrong thing, mommy hands them the wrong thing, dinner's not what they wanted. It's just everything is a mess. Nothing could be going their way. But right when the turtle starts walking around the living room, game changes. They're happy, they're engaged, they're ready to play, and the whole mood for the night is just completely flipped upside down for the better. So I highly encourage everyone to engage in this. Again, as dads, we should be doing this as often as possible. And if, as a dad, you don't want to partake in rough play with your kids, why is that? Think about that. If you're listening to this and you feel like you've never done this with your kids, or maybe you only have a few times, nothing's wrong. That's why you can start today. Like, that's totally fine. Maybe you just didn't know. Now you do. But if you're listening to this and you're like, it's not me, I don't want to do that. Again, why is that? Do you not want to get down on the floor and play around and roll around and do somersaults, have your kids do somersaults and jump and all this stuff? If that's the case, then I think that's a reality check for you as a dad. Look in the mirror. What do you have to do? Are you out of shape? Are you afraid of hurting your knee? Like, whatever it is, that's something that you need to take care of. Okay? And I'm confident saying that because I carve time out of my day, and I'm sure many of you do as well. But for those of you who need to hear it, I'm telling it to you, carve time out to whether it's hit the gym, go on a run, whatever the case is, because I know as a father, I need to stay fit and I need to stay healthy for my kids. Okay? So I'll leave that there. And again, don't mean that to be, super offensive or anything, but sometimes we need to hear that stuff. And if you find yourself in that boat as the reason why you and your kids don't partake in roughhouse as much as you should, again, it's a reality check. Take care of it. Shoot me a DM, shoot me a message. I'm more than happy to help. This is not my expertise, but I do have a lot of experience with playing sports throughout college, going to the gym, workouts, both outdoors in a gym, my whole life. So I'm more than happy to give any advice I can on that to help you get back on the right track and there for your kids. So hope you learned something today. Hope everyone's going to go home and go wrestle with their kids. But I'll see everyone in the next episode.